Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Wildflower Tea, and today, my friends, we have some pretty big news when it comes to the Chrisley family. As most of you are more than likely aware, Todd and Julie Chrisley are serving their years-long prison sentence for bank fraud and tax evasion. But even behind bars, that has not stopped them from fighting for what they say is not only their innocence, but injustice. They just received a $1 million settlement from the state of Georgia after suing former special investigator Joshua Waite. The Chrisleys filed the lawsuit against Waite shortly after they were indicted for fraud and tax charges, alleging that Joshua Waite committed misconduct in his investigation into the couple back in 2019. The family lawyer, Alex Little, gave a press release this past Wednesday saying that it is nearly unprecedented for one arm of the government to give you such a large lump sum settlement like $1 million, while you have another arm of the government trying to keep you behind bars. And I would have to agree. Now, what I will say is this upcoming April, they do have an appeal going up in front of the courts, and I am very interested to see what goes down during that time. Because so far, you guys, there has been some rather questionable things allowed, not only during the investigation, hence the $1 million settlement, but also the Chrisley trial itself and Todd and Julie's time in prison. Of course, there are several speculations on why this may be, but according to Todd Chrisley himself, he believes it's because of who he and his family are and the reputation that they hold. On the show, the Chrisley family comes off as very faithful with a lot of morals and would never do the things that they have been charged with. And as a fan of the show, it has been rather confusing watching all of this go down, hearing the Chrisleys say that they are completely innocent of all charges, while the government themselves have not only stated otherwise, but completely thrown the books at Todd and Julie Chrisley. But I have stated from day one that when it came to the Chrisley trial, there were things allowed and done that was very unprecedented. Todd Chrisley himself recently did an exclusive interview with Brian Enton from News Nation, and he dropped some information within that interview that only solidified what I thought to be true when it came to their care and the way that they were treated during the Chrisley trial and he and Julie's time in prison.
Do you feel like you're being treated fairly by the guards and the prison staff?
No. There are recordings of staff members here talking about he needs to be humble. What we need to do is we need to put him in diesel therapy and put him in shackles and let him ride around the country for 4 months and then bring him back, and that will humble him. He thinks this is one of his mansions that he's used to living in, but this is okay. That's what's on the record. There was a photograph taken of me while I was sleeping and sent to my daughter, asking for $2,600 a month for my protection. The food is dated. It's out of date by at minimum a year. It's a year past expiration. And they are literally starving these men to death here. These men are getting, I don't know that they're getting 1,000 calories a day. You've got rats, you've got squirrels in the storage facility where the food is. They just covered it up with plastic and tore the ceiling out because of all the black mold, and found a dead cat in the ceiling that dropped down on the top of the food. They're not letting you in here because it's a breach of security or whatever. They don't want you in here where you can see what's really going on.
What? What the f?
Let's talk about their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, really quick, too. Not only has she made it her mission to get her parents justice, but she has taken on an even bigger role, making sure that everyone behind bars is getting the care that they deserve. And let's just say the government is not her biggest fan right now, and she has received quite a bit of backlash on social media for this as well.
You know, I get accused today, I was accused of being a democratic socialist, and you look at it and you laugh, and my response was, why? Because of my love for criminal justice reform and to give these men a second chance. And what's so heartbreaking is you talk about these white collar crimes, and Cory Booker just came out with a report in 2023 with the CARES Act that showed 13,000 men were sent home on home confinement and only 22 reoffended. So clearly it works. Why are we housing these men and wasting taxpayers' dollars? We've already wasted $140 million on housing these men in prison when they should have gotten out 6 months to a year ago.
Her goal at the end of this appears to be just making sure that everyone, despite what decisions they may have made in their life gets basic human rights, which honestly shouldn't be such a massive fight. But unfortunately, it is, because most of these prisons are state funded or government funded. And let's be real, the state and government doesn't want to fund prisons in the way that they need. And I know that a lot of people feel very indifferent about this topic. A lot of people will say, if you do the crime, you do the time, and whatever care you get in prison is what you deserve. But Savannah Chrisley, along with millions of other people around the world, don't believe that to be true, because these people are human. Their mothers, their fathers, brothers, sisters, and they have people who love them no matter what choices they may have made, and want to make sure that they're being treated fairly and getting the care that they need to survive. People make mistakes and make bad choices in life, but that doesn't make them less than human. And that's the moral of this whole story. I firmly agree that if you break the law, you do the crime, you should do the time, but that doesn't mean you don't deserve things like food, clean water, and things of that nature. But of course, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Even if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. And if you would like to stay in the loop with this whole story as it unfolds, please consider liking this video, subscribing, tapping the bell. That way you are notified of all of my future content. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate you all to the moon and stars, and until my next one. Mwah. Bye y'all.